It's Music Monday. No. It's Woke Wednesday.
Woke Wednesday.
But I got confused because we're doing a music video today.
Yeah, because this one is kind of woke. Also, this is going to be an extremely sexual show, keeping in line with the orgy dome.
I say that, hold on. I say that every day. I say, guys, I put on my cologne in the morning. I comb my hair. I say,
folks, this is going to be an extremely sexual show. So just a detention, you could cut it with a knife.
But you're telling me this song, what? Is it obscene?
It's a little obscene, but it is necessary to cover because it is the most viral music video to drop in quite some time.
So the song is Tears by Sabrina Carpenter. I have to say, I know she has certain problems. Just as a pure matter of pop art, I find her to be the most interesting pop artist around. I actually think, unlike virtually all the pop music that's coming out now, even the songs that kind of agree with us ideologically, I find hers to be the most interesting. So, look, I'll give it a shot. Real long intro, huh?
Building the suspense.
Even that's kind of interesting. You have this long an intro for a music video. Check, please.
Can go a very long, long way. Maybe just do the dishes. I'll give you what you want. A little communication, yes, that's my ideal foreplay. Assemble a chair from IKEA. I'm like, I get at the thought of you.
I actually don't think we have to blur that word. This is, again, put a pause here. It's just, yes, once again, Sabrina Carpenter stands are vindicated. This is artistically interesting. She's walking in, she's dressed normally, and she's walking into this horror house, and she meets this kind of like vaguely looking guy with a bunch of kind of monster freaks all around him, but he's also wearing a suit. And then the line is, I get wet at the thought of you being a responsible guy. Treating me like you're supposed to do. Tears run down my thighs. This is artistically quite intelligent because she's supposed to be the normal one and he's supposed to be the freak. But on the inside, what she's describing is that her desires are freakish and pervy, and he's the normal one. He's supposed to be the normal one. That she has this kind of paradoxical reaction. When someone behaves in an appropriate manner, she reacts like a perv. And so it's this inversion. And it would seem to be a commentary on the modern culture, which says like, wow, you need to go out there and just let your freak flag fly and, go to the orgy dome at Burning Man and just do like the wackiest, weirdest stuff. And she goes, man, you know what really gets me going? You know what my sick kink fetish, I don't know, like orientation is? when you treat me nicely, when you build furniture from IKEA, when you do the stuff that men are just supposed to do, when you act like a man, not like a weird wacko orgy-going or something, but when you just act like a normal man, whew, va-va-voom, that gets me going. Keep going.
A little respect for women can get you very, very far. Remembering how to use your phone gets me oh so high. Considering I have feelings, I'm like, why am I close to one? Offering to do anything, I'm like, oh my God. I get at the thought of you.
Put a pause here. So you see, she's not like fully trad, or maybe this is just her way to get the esoteric message across. Maybe this is the kind of exoteric window dressing, the sugar that makes the medicine go down. She goes, a little respect for women gets you very far. Same thing like early on, she goes, baby, just do the dishes. Telling a man to do the dishes is kind of feminist. I don't do a lot of dishes. I don't know, most guys don't do a lot of dishes. That's kind of feminist. The phrase, have respect for women, sounds feminist. It's not in itself feminist. I have a lot of respect for women. I don't mean the same thing by that phrase that the feminists would. But remembering how to use your phone, call me. I don't know, call me on your way home or something like that. Recognizing that I'm a creature with feelings. It all could code somewhat feminist, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't. And she's this artist who I've covered a number of her other songs. And it's all these things where, all these wacky libs and lefties and LGBT LMNOP, they really seem to like her stuff. And yet when you drill down to what she's saying, I'm not saying it exclusively could be interpreted in a conservative way, or I'm not saying it must be interpreted in a conservative way, but it certainly could be. And that is weird. Put a pause here. Even the meter of that, the way it scans, I get at the thought of you being a responsible guy. It's so clunky that it's obviously meant to call attention to how ridiculous it is. That's meant to be a funny juxtaposition. And notice the phrase, it's not being a sensitive guy, being a feminist guy, it's being a responsible guy, which is really not particularly feminist. That's actually pretty traditional. And because the whole thing is about these weird juxtapositions, these apparent contradictions, the fact that you have this song that is on the surface, in a superficial way, quite crass and vulgar and maybe even obscene, conveying this message, which is extraordinarily traditional. And the fact that you have something that on the surface is kind of sexy, maybe not the giant dude in women's clothing, but Sabrina Carpenter, she's a nice looking lady and she's wearing a little skimpy outfit. On the surface, it's kind of sexy, it's like appealing to the prurient interest. But then the language is whimsical. It's kind of funny. It's more of a joke, almost like a farce. Great. She's very good at those contrasts. Keep going. And she got this 70s, 80s flavor to her music, to every one of her songs that I've listened to. And even the aesthetic of the set, which is just kind of fun. And from the standard of 2025, it is quite traditional. It's like reject modernity, return to the tradition of 1975.
Baby, I'm so glad you're okay. I've been looking everywhere for you. What the?
That's a great ending. It's obviously set in one of these, 70s, 80s kind of low budget horror movies. And even this is my point on how her stuff, it's not This isn't pornographic. This isn't. I wouldn't call this obscene. Even though she shows some skin, and then there's the weird other guy. It's light. It's whimsical. It's kind of funny. I get a real kick out of her. I know there's no accounting for taste, but she is the smartest pop artist of our day. She is without question the most in command of her skill, and her message is the most subversive and persuasive of any of the popular musicians. How's that? How's that for an endorsement? I don't know about her personal life. I don't know. She's, we might have to straighten a few things out, but I'm impressed. I'm Michael Knowles. This is the Michael Knowles Show. See you tomorrow. Dude, she's so good. Sabrina Carpenter. She's so good.